I don't have Jesus. That's not one of my favorites.
Like
That's the
20
intro
minutes
right
late.
there.
20
That's
minutes
the
late.
intro. No music. It's just gonna be Taco Corp. Taco Corp episode 87. I'm Nate. That's Terrence. This is Tony.
I thought
No, like we started. Go ahead, keep talking. It's fine. This is how I'm gonna do this now. It's more
okay.
fun.
I thought you were going to say that you were going to use me talking about my late Thai food as the intro.
We could do
not
that
the
too.
not the belch. I actually decided to eat before coming to the show.
Yeah.
Usually I eat after, and I'm fucking starving at the end of these. So I'm like, I'm gonna flip the script and
No,
Uber
we got to
was
keep the
fucking
blood sugar
late with the takeoff.
levels kosher.
Yeah, we don't need diabetes or livabetes or whatever you want to call it or whatever like
All
that.
right,
Whatever
I'm up-
beaties.
I'm up to
What
8
you
now.
getting? What you
go.
getting Thai food? What you getting Thai food?
I got some pad thai. It's from this place that's like 5 stars on Google. It's fucking bomb. I got some pad thai and some dumplings. Actually, that was good.
Yeah, nice. What'd you have,
Some
Tony?
dumplings. For dinner,
Yeah.
2 hot dogs and a tall can of Coors Light.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, you were at a game or something, weren't you?
Yeah, I went to a Switchbacks game here in town.
Nice.
Okay, give me a second. I got a
Are you good?
thing here. Taco Corp episode 87, I believe it is. I don't know. We've been gone for 4 months. I'm Nate. That's Terrence. That's Tony down there. Horrible human being. I mean, Tony, not Terrence. He's okay.
Wow.
Anyways, we're going to get back into it. We've been gone for a long time. We didn't cover anything, most of the playoffs or whatever like that. Kind of busy time. We had the holiday season. Didn't want to really put stuff out there and talk shit about Matt's team. It was kind of hurtful that the Niners got smoked and lost all their quarterbacks. My daughter's still pissed. Layla, she's like, it wasn't even fucking fair. We lost all our quarterbacks. We would have beat them. Brock Purdy, this, or whatever like that. But that's how it goes. And then, there's a lot of stuff in the Super Bowl. We'll get into that, I guess, as the weeks go. But we're kind of just going to do a catch-up episode. It's been since, I believe, January 16th. That is the day that I also enlisted into the world's greatest Air Force. So happy anniversary, me. I'm not in it anymore, but yeah, there's that. Anyways, we're going to go over the same kind of topics. We'll adjust some of the stuff a little bit, just catch up, see how things are going, have a good time, get to, talk to each other again, because we'll get to that, but I don't talk to anybody. So we'll hit top of mind, manager on manager. We'll kind of skip that, just talk about what's been going on, news and notes in sports. Got 2 topics there. We'll do a draft in honor of the Great Late Easter. Is that a thing? Great Late Easter. It sounds good. And then we're bringing back the rants and rave section. Not going to just do raves and be super positive, but we'll try to spin everything into a positive note here and then leave you off with a banger of the week. Terrence, top of mind for you.
Top of mind. Well, probably most top of mind because I was listening to it right before hopping in for this episode.
The Offspring.
Baseball.
Oh,
Baseball.
damn.
I was listening to the game on the radio on the way back from the gym and my Target run. So yeah, I actually got like a good start to the baseball season. I actually went to spring training this year.
There you go.
I've been listening. I think I've either listened or watched at least part of every game. I'm actually going to get like not season tickets, but like a mini plan for the Quakes now that I'm closer to Rancho. So lots of baseball going on right now.
Nice. How about you, Tony?
A few things here. So good to have you back behind the mic, Nate. It's been a while since we've had a Taco Corp episode. Thanks for the guest spot. Excited to chat with you guys. Second thing, very happy that you're going to let me bitch again at the end of the show when we do rants and raves.
Yes.
We've been raving for way too long, and I've had enough of it. And,
we haven't recorded a podcast in 4 months because we said it was going to be positive, and there was no way it was going to be positive for 4 months.
Oh, I got so much stuff to bitch about. Top of mind, though, for me is just sleep. Coming off a mid shift, so I got off around 7 this morning. My youngest had a baseball game at 9. Got home around 12, got a couple hours in, and then we went to a soccer game, which I'll speak to a little bit later. So if I fall asleep on you guys, I apologize. Just keep recording. I'll wake up and I'll chime in, when I have something.
Nice. So for me, top of mind, one, Ohtani's going to be a Dodger by the All-Star break. It's happening. It's done. Don't worry about it. The Yankee fans are fucking delusional. Like, the only people he's going to go is in LA. They're the only 2 teams, like, if he's got some type of, hey, these guys signed me or whatever like that. But the Dodgers cleared up all the fucking cap. Didn't re-sign Trey Turner. Potentially, arguably, I believe he's the best baseball player on the planet Earth right now, outside of maybe Ohtani, right? But they didn't sign him because they're going to need $300 and something extra $1 million to give Ohtani.
Yep.
They let Justin Turner walk. He's going to a few mil here or there, or whatever like that. Cody Bellinger the same way. Trevor Bauer, they didn't bring him back. That dude's throwing nasty cutters on TikTok, and it's pretty. His TikTok's actually pretty good. He just throws a lot of pitches and stuff, and he works out and stuff, and like you see, he does a lot of stuff with the movement and showing like what it does. So it's actually pretty good. But they let him walk too, who's going to demand a lot of money. So Otani's a Dodger. They're going to offer him whatever the hell he wants. If he wants like the Hollywood sign to be renamed Otani Wood, that's fine. We did it with Manny. There's that. What else is on my mind? Community. So like having people around you. So over the last whatever, I've been pretty busy or whatever like that. But when I get really busy or in my own world or whatever like that, I pretty much zone out everybody. So you might text me, and I text days later or whatever like that. I see it and I'm like, not worth the conversation right now. I'm doing some shit and I'm focused or whatever. Plus I go to bed way earlier than everybody now. So
right after Matlock.
3 butterscotches in, I'm done. And then but yeah, community and like having people around you. Going over to your place tomorrow, Tony, for Easter. Watch the Dodgers play. We're recording on Saturday night. I think this is going to come out probably like Tuesday or something like that. So give me some time to edit or whatever like that. I think the weekends are good times to record. And then, but yeah, I kind of isolate myself when I do that stuff a lot. And then I find myself in little holes. And a few weeks ago, we went over to our buddy AJ's house. That was pretty dope for dinner. Just hung out, talk bullshit or whatever like that. So I think I need more of that in my life. So something I'm just thinking about that's top of mind. And also another thing top of the mind is gas station burrito costs are out of fucking control right now. So I don't know, dude. If you ever watched like Rocket Power when you were little, you guys watch Rocket Power on Nickelodeon?
I don't think so.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And that's a wrap. Banger of the week is
that may be a different. You gotta remember, I'm older than I'm pretty sure both of you guys. So that might be an era of Nickelodeon that's like past me.
I'm a striking 36.
I'm 41.
41.
I watched Nickelodeon back then. I don't remember that show.
Rocket Power, they're all a bunch of skateboarders down in the beach area, look like Santa Monica type, whatever. Oh my God. Anyways, they do this episode where they go to the gas station to get gas station burritos. And like they skate over there and stuff or ride their bike or rollerblade. And they get the bomb, right? So there's a burrito that's called the bomb or whatever. It's the worst fucking thing you can eat. It's like 1,200 calories in a single tortilla. They got all the different flavors, green chili, red chili, whatever you want. But it's really fucking good. And those things used to be maxed like $1.99, right?
Yeah.
And dude, I went to the 7-Eleven the other day, $5.49 for this a microwave burrito. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go get a 12-pack of chimichangas El Monterey, the blue pack or whatever like that. But that's top of mind for me. So you talked about spring training, Terrence. We'll move on to this next part where we normally ask each other a certain question just to get to know each other a little bit better, but it's been a while, so we're going to catch up on what all has been going on. But Terrence, you talked about spring training. How was that for you? I've never been to spring training. I think it would be dope to go, but I haven't gone. So what was that like?
Well, you should definitely go. We had a ton of fun. I actually went out there, and it was a few of us from like the LA area that were visiting with a friend of ours that actually moved to Arizona. So we got to stay with them, which is huge because everything gets more expensive in Arizona during spring training. Like it's stupid. Like flights get more expensive. Hotels like double in price.
Yeah.
Everything was a fucking zoo, like crazy busy. But we had a lot of fun. We ate a lot of really good food. We went to it was Dodgers White Sox on a Saturday game. They won, which was awesome. Nice. But yeah, we had a ton of fun. We checked out the game. What else do we do? We visited the Baseballism store in Scottsdale. Shout out Baseballism. I fucking love that everything that they make. They make all these cool shirts and hoodies, and I'm actually wearing a Baseballism hat right now.
The hat.
Nice.
The hat is from Baseballism. So yeah, just kind of cruised around for a weekend, chilled, ate some hot dogs, drank some beer. Kind of wandered the grounds. We didn't get any autographs, but we did get to get kind of up close and personal with like who walked by? Dustin May, Dave Roberts cruised by. God, who else?
Do you yell at Dave Roberts to pull Kershaw after 6 or what?
I did not. He was actually talking to reporters as he was walking by, and then he just kind of came by and did his little like sprint wave thing that he normally does. Like I swear to God, every fucking time I see him at spring training, he's like speed walking somewhere and just and just kind of spaz walks by.
They got good food down there. Is it different type of food, or they just do standard stadium high school baseball stuff, or you got like trucks and shit?
No, it's mostly normal stadium stuff. So lots of hot dogs. They have a couple of like carts that are a little different. We had some really good, like they had like a Chinese food spot in there that was really good. The bar is really awesome. Like they actually have in the outfield corner, it says it's like Four Peaks, which is like a brewery there in Phoenix that sponsors it, but it's really just a giant open bar that will make you any drink you want. So like any stuff you can't find at the carts, like they'll make you cocktails. Like that was where I went to get micheladas because nobody was fucking making micheladas for whatever reason. So we did.
I'm watching the goddamn Dodgers here.
They had to, I know, like the lack of like, well, they did have tacos actually. That was pretty much the extent of the Mexican food. They had like barbecue. It was like the variety of cuisines that you would see at Dodger Stadium, but like way less options. So it wasn't like 10 different taco stands. It was like one, and they had like two kinds of tacos. Yeah. So just, a little more like narrowed down, really similar to the Quakes or like any minor league team if you go see it, any of the minor league teams. But it's a ton of fun, especially if you're a baseball fan. Like it's worth it to see the players up close and personal. You watch batting practice, you watch the game. The games are meaningless, but it's just fun to get together with like-minded people, especially with it being so close to California, right? Because it's just, most people drive there. So it's sort of like this pilgrimage where just a shitload of LA people are just all in Phoenix at the same time. So
nice. You been in spring training, Tony?
A long time ago, I went with Matt Graham and our buddy Josh Callis and David Richter actually as well. We drove down, took the 5-6 hour drive to Tempe, hung out. I don't know if it's still there. I think it was called like the Library. It was like a 2-story bar. Top floor was dance floor. Bottom floor was like a dueling piano bar type situation. Nice. You dropped a request in, and they played your song on the pianos. You can go up and sing if you wanted to. Made a lot of memories though, and I remember being a lot of fun. We saw, I think, an Angels game or Dodgers game.
What'd you get him to play? What'd you get him to play?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was
I'm blue. Copyright strike on YouTube.
Sweet Caroline, I think.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
I've come along on that. I've come around on that song.
Really?
Yeah. Like, what else you been up to, Terrence? What else you been up to the last 4 months or so?
That's pretty much the major thing. I moved, what has it been now? Like a month and a half ish ago. I moved from Glendale back to the Inland Empire. So my first time living in the IE. Oh my God. In like more than a decade, I've made my way back out to the Inland Empire now. So a little bit of a bigger place, which is cool. Still getting settled in because the move was kind of chaotic. Like the housing market's fucked currently, and so there was like a really good opportunity that I just had to like drop everything and take, and I'm still kind of recouping life from that. But and a couple short trips, and that's pretty much been my year so far, and work.
How about you, Tony? What the hell's been going on with you?
I would say, in the words of the great Rihanna, work, but it's like the actual work.
Cake.
It's been the actual work, not whatever she's talking about, which I'm pretty sure is sex.
Oh wow!
But between like winter break and spring break, we've gotten out. We drove down to New Mexico, hit up Carlsbad Caverns.
Nice.
Stopped in Santa Fe, checked out the Meow Wolf. Have you been to that in Denver?
No, I haven't been to
like real abstract art, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's all made out of like recycled material, but it's very interesting, very unique. I'd recommend checking it out. I think there's 3. There's the one in Denver, Santa Fe, and I think the Vegas has a huge one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But just mostly work. Like I'd say 90% just focused on just work. Got through a training class like the end of last year, October, November timeframe. So I've just been kind of learning my new job and just getting up to speed and all that.
Hell
yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's been basically me too. Work. So work shit, kid shit. I pretty much just work all day. So spoke a little bit about like past my bedtime, right? So I've been going to bed like when the kids go to bed around 8 something or whatever like that. I kind of just decided like, because I felt bad, like I wasn't really doing a lot of stuff with them or being interactive because I was always up to something, right? So like homework or other things like that. So I decided I'm going to spend that evening time doing family stuff, right? Being around or whatever like that, not just being buried in a book or inside of the computer or whatever like that. So go to bed a little earlier and just wake up super early. So I knock out stuff in the morning, gives me, hey, I got to get shit done. I can't just sit around and bullshit, because if I'm doing stuff at night, I'll find myself like, oh, I want to listen to a YouTube video, or I'm going to go, sit outside for 10 minutes or something like that. And I waste time, or then I start thinking about, I got to do dishes. I got to all that. Nah. So I just wake up super early. But flipping a lot. So running a lot of that kind of stuff. Been doing like quite a few card shows here in Colorado. So me and the girls been doing that a lot. So
when you say flipping, is that like going to garage sales, yard sales, and stuff like that? Are you picking stuff up from town?
Different thrift stores, and mostly cards right now in the last few months. Garage sales season is here, but Colorado's fucked. Like, it sucks here. Like, I'm really questioning why I'm living here, because like the things I really enjoy and love are like not here. Like shorts. I like wearing shorts and a hoodie. It's hard when it's 60 degrees high, but you wake up in the morning and it's 19, and then it's going to snow 3 inches in your driveway that you got to shovel out by 6 in the morning. Yeah, about 3 inches. Yeah, good. Yeah. I sit there the other day. What was it, like Wednesday? I think it was, Tony, right?
Yeah.
Like Wednesday night, Tuesday night into Wednesday, it snowed, and I go outside. There's literally 3 inches of snow on my driveway. I shovel it off. It's like nice powder or whatever like that. And then there's a delay for school. Cool, whatever. Go to work. Come back from work. It's like really like 4:00. I'm getting home 4:30 or something like that. There's not an ounce of snow on the ground anywhere in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's completely stupid, like in the cities. So it's like, and by that time it was like 65 degrees. Like, you drop 3 inches of snow, and by the time I got, not even 8 hours later, it's done. Like, it's ridiculous. But I like garage sales and stuff like that. And it's hard to garage sale in Colorado because there's no like true season. Like, hey, you're gonna go here, do this.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of town-wide sales. Fuck, I got burps. So it makes it a little bit difficult. But we were just talking today because we went to a couple thrift stores today, me and the girls. So we were looking and like picking up some stuff and everything like that to flip. But was like, yo, next week, let's go to some garage sales. Weather's supposed to be better. Hopefully people are starting to get rid of some stuff or whatever like that. So I've been doing a lot of that, listing stuff on different platforms. So just doing that stuff, studying for a couple certifications, stuff and work stuff. And I'll get to kind of that kind of stuff later on too. But that, going to school also. So I'm about to Monday. That reminds me, Monday, I got to sign up for summer classes full time in the summer too. 8 weeks.
There you
full
go.
load, fucking jam it out. So I'm on the road most of the summer. So, and the girls are gone. So I ain't got nothing else to do.
Online stuff?
During the summer, yeah. Okay. So that kind of sucks too. So like for the folks who listen who are active duty or former active duty, right? Like I use my post 9/11 GI Bill. It pays for my schooling. But you also get a stipend. So you get a stipend out of that too. But if you go fully online, it's half of the like national average for what that stipend is. So it loses you, like here in Colorado, it loses you like $1,200 a month, right? Wow. And it's like you're going to school full time or whatever, but you have to be like one class in person essentially, because they base that stipend off of the location that you're in. So they don't want people to be like,
I see,
I live in the middle of fucking North Dakota, but I go to NYU, right? So that stipend's like $6,000 there or whatever, right? So they don't want you. That's how they do it. Like you got to go in person. So, but in the fall, I'll be going back in person to at least one class a semester or whatever like that. So, yeah, there's that. What else is there? I went on a work trip to an undisclosed location in the Gulf Coast of the Panhandle of Florida, also known as Destin. When was that? 2 weeks ago, Tony? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
I was there for a week, whatever. Went out there with another buddy, Tony, that I work with, and then our friend Nick in this league went out there too. But it was all kind of pumped, right? Girls on spring break. Hey, I get to go away from work a little bit. Feels good because I get a lot of all these other guys travel and I don't because I got the girls. So yeah, it was cool. It was like, yeah, kind of excited. We're gonna go do this, that, the other, right? Sun's out, guns out type of thing. And then the first day, completely overcast. Terrible weather. It's humid down there. I
Yeah.
think I like the humidity. My skin got a lot better
Looks
while I
good.
was there. Thanks.
You've
Appreciate it.
actually, I mentioned this to Matt on our last episode. You've got a glow about you
Yeah.
as well. So
Oh, thanks. It's a ring light. But yeah, so that the second day it poured rain, like torrential downpour stuff. Like people walked from like the parking lot. It's like going to check your mailbox type of thing, and completely drenched, like they just jumped in the pool. It was terrible. Wednesday, overcast, humid, kind of muggy or whatever like that. Thursday, completely sunny, so that was super nice. And then Friday was decent or whatever like that. But we left Saturday morning, so it was a good time, man. That's why I was like, that's what got me into the like me having people around or whatever, being around people, friends and stuff like that. It's kind of just like a good release time or whatever like that, because we were just on a fucking roll, dude. Like we drove like 35 minutes to work every day or whatever, to and from, and it was just nonstop ragging on each other type of stuff, fun stuff. Getting back into the old ska music,
Nice.
listen to some of that stuff. You put the windows down. Me and Nick were just fucking battling people who were bumping Morgan Wallen's new album and stuff like that on the beach. So it was a good time. But yeah, it was kind of cool. I think a lot of times too, when I travel for work, it's a good reflection on life, like where I've come from and stuff. Because when I'm getting my little zones and then I'm like exhausted, I like get in this woe is me bullshit stuff in my head sometimes. But me and Nick were sitting there, and Nick's been through some pretty heavy shit here in the last year or whatever like that. Almost done, almost there. But we're sitting there eating on the beach or whatever in Pensacola, and I was just looking out, and I was like, yo, sometimes I just look and like, yo, this is our life right now. Like we get paid to go sit on the beach, have dinner, go to conference, like travel. Like I couldn't imagine even being in this place. Never even knew it existed back when I grew up or whatever like that, right? And then you just kind of look at the stuff you've been over, the last 4 or 5 years in my own personal life, and it's like, yeah, I'm doing okay, man. Like, calm the fuck down. But I'm always in like a work mode, like, just I don't know. I got rid of the socials on my phone, so I haven't been on. Like the other day, I posted in our league group right on Facebook, because I'm moving that group to Discord. And it's because I just don't like being on Facebook. It's like a weirdly annoying and like frustrating, but it's also a place where people don't like you to say the truth. Like, yo, why are you posting this shit? Like, like, or just random stuff, right? Or you want to like, there's no real conversations. Like it's just sharing of articles and share something that is viral, or people sharing TikToks that were like 2 months old viral, so it's already dead, but it hit Facebook finally.
It's not even that. Well, it's also that, but like if you scroll through your feed, you get like ads and you get group posts. Like I rarely see posts from friends, like just pictures of their family, just maybe like posts like you, or we have a common friend, Bo Gra. He usually posts like pretty thought-provoking things, but like I rarely see that stuff because my feed is just flooded with all this crap.
And I don't find it
annoying things about Facebook.
I don't find any of that stuff like valuable to me, right? And it's like, but people just consume it. It's like, yo, like you're bitching about something, but you're spending half your day fucking on this.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I looked at my screen time after I came back from Florida, and it was like I think over the last month and a half, I'm under an hour a day of screen time or whatever like that on my phone. So, and half of that is YouTube while on the shitter. So, because it's like I have people I subscribe to, right? And it's a very small list. So I just consume their stuff or whatever. But yeah, that Instagram, I haven't had that on my phone for a while. Like, I think my last post I checked the other day because I logged in on the computer, and it was like February 7th or something like that. That was when I was posting all those things of like, what's the best fucking hot sauce, right? Like just trying to get people, like things that would get people to talk to each other or like have a fun time arguing about it, right? And then like it started with Nick one day. Nick brought in like s'mores Pop-Tarts. So I was like, this is the fucking worst thing you could possibly eat, dude. Like s'mores Pop-Tarts are the worst Pop-Tarts that are ever out there. So I was just giving them shit, and we had this whole thing in office. So I was like, I'm going to go to the internet. So I logged in Facebook, put what's the best Pop-Tart, and then everybody just goes ham on it, right? Because it's actually something that people find fun to engage in rather than the fucking ex-president got arrested, or such and such is happening, or the fucking price of eggs is $9, or just
thoroughly enjoy those posts, and please bring them
dumb
back.
shit.
No one posts about that stuff.
Because once everybody's in Discord, I'm deleting my Facebook account. So that's my goal. And that's what I'm waiting for everybody to go, so that my post still stays in that group or whatever, but I'm gonna get rid of it. So but yeah, and I have people reach out to me, and they're like, yo, we just had this whole fucking thing in the office for 30 minutes. Thanks for posting this, right? Or whatever. Yeah. So, that was fun to me. I was like, oh, at least some people see it valuable. And then other two, like, I think I posted something about like, what's the best cuisine, and I'm like, okay, I want to try something like that, right? I don't eat that type of food or whatever. I eat pretty much the same shit all the time. So, it gives other people ideas or whatever, try stuff, but it's just a fun time for people to talk to each other and like have a good time. And it's like, you just don't get that on socials. So I do have Twitter on my phone. I have TikTok still. But I don't really get on too much.
We know. Been tagging you and shit on Twitter, and you haven't responded.
I get on Twitter every now and then it's actually nice now, because like since Elon took over, it's got the like For You style page, right? So it's like recommendations a lot and stuff. But then you had the following tab. So I went through and I was following all these other accounts, right? Bunch of fantasy stuff and other bullshit. So I went through all of that and I just deleted all the stuff that I just didn't want to follow.
Yeah. So
now I go to my following tab and it's like from the Fascinating account or astronomy something or whatever, like cool shit in space, and stuff like that. So, or just fun stuff, like things that are like not the world, I guess you would say, or what the loud minorities are bitching about, or or whatever. So
you could always do that with lists, just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah, but then I got to add something to a list when I can just have it as my following.
It's funny, I got a list with just people with good hair, and I only add them to the list, and I can see their stuff.
I did see that. I got added to that, and I was greatly appreciated. So
you're welcome.
You've been using GPT, Tony? Is that what you were doing on Twitter the other day when it was like something about Nate and his great whatever and his nice physique, and stuff like that? And it felt like a GPT response.
Yeah, I just asked Chat GPT to generate like a dozen or so Twitter posts about the topics that you saw, and I guess it actually goes out and like does a little bit of its own research, and then comes up with something different every time, because I did it like 4 times and I just picked what I thought was the best one and I posted it.
Yeah. Have you used GPT, Terrence?
No, not at all. No. AI is fucking Skynet to me. I'm trying to stay as far away from that as I can. I'm denying the inevitable in real time.
No, it's a good time, man. You can learn a lot through it, and it's pretty fun. So, like, I was talking to AJ the other day. He was on Xbox Live or something. I played a little bit of F1 22, which makes it really hard to drive a regular car when you're like this. Like, if you're not watching the YouTube, it's like you're full leaned over, 35-degree angle in it, your neck's bent and stuff like that, and you're just driving at 200 miles an hour on a video game. To go back into like my O2 Honda Civic and drive the fucking speed limit here while there's snow on the ground. So, but AJ was building out his resume. So I was like, yo, if you need help, just send it to me. He's like, it's okay. I'm having Chat GPT write my resume. I was like, don't fucking do that, dude. I was like, at least put some effort into it, right? Like, come on. Like, that's your livelihood. Like, at least review what the hell it's telling you. Don't just say, hey, make me a resume, this, and have it spit it out. But
is it wrong? Is it ethically wrong? I mean, people write code to do a lot of like research and stuff for them. They've like automated a lot of that stuff. Isn't that kind of similar?
I don't know if it's ethically wrong. I don't know if it's ethically wrong, but I feel like I would want to have more pride in the product that I'm putting out. Like, I get if you want to learn, like I see it AI or that program as like learning stuff, right? As opposed to what you'll see on the internet a lot of like, if you're not using this to make whatever this, like all these scumbag fucking scheme shits by my course or whatever. I find it more useful to learn on how to do stuff. So like I did it the other day. I took some of our podcast show note stuff from like YouTube, and I asked it to basically like write a description between 1,200 and 1,500 characters, whatever the YouTube limit is, regarding this transcript, because YouTube will give you a full transcript of all the words said, right? It uses its own AI to transcribe it. And I said like to SEO optimize it to target males between the ages of 23 and 45 who play fantasy football in North America. And I like, you got to get like super, super specific, right? And then it pumped out a whole thing or whatever like that. And I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. This is probably how I should better write it. And then I put that up against other, websites and stuff and that deal with SEO and targeting and stuff like that. So I think it's good for that kind of stuff. But
use Chat GPT to automate a lot of the shit you're doing manually now. Imagine how much time you could spend playing Xbox.
No,
that's AJ. That's what AJ's doing. That's why
time.
That's why you found AJ on Xbox.
Oh,
he's playing all kinds of Call of Duty now.
I don't even have time. I played my Madden game and I basically get off. So, and then
I bet you do.
And it's like I do get off. I don't even have time to do that shit, man. I'd rather just, I don't know, getting after it, dog. No. All right. Anything else? Reliving the past. No.
Let's go.
We need to take a fucking road trip. That's what I got out of being in Florida. I like to take a road trip, but everybody's got family and shit and they can't
like
road trips are fun.
Northern Colorado for some college football primetime action.
Yeah, so that's going to be hard, right? So I don't know if you've looked up. Me and Nick were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
The spring game tickets are off the chain expensive.
Yeah, sold out too, right?
Yeah. It's a small stadium, so like some community colleges in California have better stadiums in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Not better, but just bigger. That home opener game against Nebraska, like, it's too much. I mean, we're spending it's going to be like $500 to get into the door.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Wow. So Nick was talking about it. He's like, hey, I know you brought up like a Rockies game or something like that. Cause they have the suites there that you can get you can get, I think it's like up to 15 people and it's like $1,200 or whatever, but it's all you could eat and catered and all that kind of stuff. Right. And you get some like relaxing area or whatever like that. So we might try to do something like that and then see who all want to come out for that or whatever. But probably try to bump that into draft season. But that's kind of the thought right now, but I'll put that in the Discord so we can kind of talk about that. But all right, let's move on. News and notes. So sports stuff, right? So we're just going to touch on two topics. I think going forward for the next few episodes, we're going to talk on like all of the things that have happened in the NFL as far as player moves. So we'll go position by position, fantasy relevant first, and then get into some other ones. So today we'll talk quarterbacks, and then, but first we need to get to, Tony, you said before we started that you've been listening to every game, if not watching every game that the Dodgers play. Terrence, you went to spring training, so you got to witness some of this firsthand. Thoughts on the MLB pitch clock, Terrence?
Thoughts on the pitch clock. So it was a thing going into the season that I was kind of like, I'm just going to give the short answer. Seeing it in person, I'm actually okay with it. I think it played well. I think my only complaint about it is I wish they would add maybe a couple of seconds to it. Mm-hmm. Even in spring training, there wasn't a ton of violations. They ran this in the minors last year. There wasn't a ton of violations. I would like to see them rethink it for the eighth inning on. So eighth, ninth, and extras. I would love to see them kind of rethink or revisit. If they're going to have the clock, at least extending the duration during those sort of like tight end game scenarios. I also would like to see them revisit it for the playoffs because I think that that's a different sort of level of gamesmanship. But all that being said, I think it's a solution in search of a problem. Like, is the reason why baseball's not growing with young people really the fact that the games are 20 minutes longer last year than they were this year? Mm-hmm. No, that doesn't really fix the problem. The problem is access. The TV contracts are a clusterfuck. Now all those regional networks are starting to go belly up. So that's going to be really fun to watch over the next couple of years. Yeah. I think that being able to see it on TV is a big deal. And then baseball has like a celebrity problem, right? Like kids consume so much content on social media, and name a baseball player that's good at TikTok. Right.
Yeah. You can't,
when you think about the game's biggest stars, right, you could argue two of the game's biggest stars are on the same team, a team that's going to be quagmired in the dregs for the rest of the season. And no one's going to fucking see them in a playoff. Like they're not going to see them in the playoffs together. Maybe they eke out a wild card spot. The Angels, obviously, is who I'm talking about, Ohtani and Trout, but
they're going to be third in their division.
You're going to have these
Probably.
amazing players on a team that no one ever gets to watch. And that's the real problem. It's not game time, it's visibility.
Yeah.
So I think the pitch clock is fine. I just don't think it was a problem that was worth all of this.
You follow
all this-
ESPN at Bat on TikTok? Have you seen their account? Has it popped up on your For You page?
Probably.
Yes.
I follow a bunch of random baseball stuff on
Yeah.
TikTok.
ESPN at Bat got really good this over the last month or whatever like that. So they're posting a lot of stuff that's getting a lot of traction. So I notice it in my feed a lot more now. Like they posted like a fight that happened 3 years ago or whatever, right? And it's like boom, oh, people are like into baseball. Yeah, it's gotten a little bit more, but it's all from like bigger accounts, like not the teams themselves that are doing stuff all the time, not the players themselves, right? Because they have a marketing issue with like marketing themselves and stuff like that. So, what about you, Tony? What do you think about the pitch clock?
There's actually a couple. Yeah, sorry. There's actually a couple of teams that are good at TikTok. The MLB TikTok is actually not terrible for like a major league, for like a major league social media account. It's fun. The problem is it's a fucking echo chamber. Like, who are the people following all these baseball accounts? People who like baseball, right? So it's like, how do you get it outside of that space that it already exists in? Like that at bat account is probably awesome, but it's probably baseball fans or people that are already into the sport that are watching it, not random Gen Zers that aren't getting exposed to it already.
I think if they did stuff like football, right? Because football is okay, like it's the most watched sport in the United States or whatever like that, right? But the game's kind of, it's like there's less action than there is baseball. Like every play is 3 to 4 seconds or something like that, 5 seconds max or whatever, right? But what they did was like all these players, even in basketball too, right? All these players started their own podcasts and then talk about all the intricate detail stuff of the game that is interesting. So people started learning more about the game. Nobody does that in baseball. So when people sit there and it's like, why is it taking so long or whatever, then you don't realize, okay, they're pitching this, they're going to be pitching this dude inside. So this guy's going to take 2 steps to this way, 1 step back or whatever they're doing, right? Like everybody looks at the shift, but like it's all the little stuff that ends up happening, the little cat and mouse games and stuff that are like super intriguing to a baseball person. That is like, you recognize like, no, it's nonstop the entire time. Like, this is what they're doing. This guy holds his bat, where his feet are in the box and stuff like that. So
that's a good point. And if you've listened to the Kelsey show, The New Heights, he's I think not Travis, but Jason, the older brother, has interviewed Howie Roseman and I think Shane Steichen in the last couple episodes, and like they're talking about like GM stuff, coaching stuff, like all this shit behind the scenes, even further behind the curtain than like stuff you see on Hard Knocks, and like it's super interesting and it's super entertaining. And I don't think, at least I'm not aware of an MLB show that does something similar.
I don't know anyone that does.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the pitch clock, Tony?
I like it. I like it. The games are shorter. Manny Machado's getting tossed for pitch clock violations. But Terrence
no
talking
grudge.
about like no grudge. No, non-biased. The runs, those seem up right now. I haven't done any statistical analysis.
No, they are.
Hits seem up. Games, like they just seem to get away from teams faster. And I think that's because like in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, like pitchers don't have time to stall and kill momentum and stuff like that, right? So I kind of like it so far. I kind of like it. And there's guys like Ohtani and there's a couple other pitchers who are like calling their own games. They're essentially to manage the clock.
That's
like
cool.
They're telling the catcher, I'm throwing a fastball right here, catch it. And he just throws the pitch. No one's stealing that sign. And I think it's been better so far. I'm pro awesome. The pitch clock. I'm pro the bigger bases. I'm pro the anti-shift, even though they can still do stuff with the outfielder. I think the changes are good though. I'm vehemently against change in the MLB, like with the rules at home plate, with the rules sliding into the second baseman, right? Trying to prevent them from turning 2.
These are all Dodger issues. This is Chase Utley sliding in second. This is Buster Posey at the home plate. This is all just Dodger issues.
I like him so far. I'm pro.
I don't know. I haven't really watched a lot of baseball. I don't watch a lot of television in general. But after like the first weekend, there was a guy on TikTok who went to the Dodger game, and another girl, like a bunch of people who were going to games, hated the pitch clock because they said, I just went up to go get a fucking beer and a hot dog. I missed an inning and a half. Because I got to go stand in a line because there's nobody walking down these aisles anymore. You got to go up to the concession. You can miss 2.5 innings if it's like seriously getting at, like, Colorado's terrible for their concessions. Like, once you get up there in the middle of a game, half the people don't watch the game in Colorado anyway, so they're just there to hang out, go on dates and stuff like that. So I can't imagine like if I missed an inning and a half of baseball,
that's a lot
to go get a fucking nacho, and the game's like, they're like, I didn't even catch a buzz. I was here for 2 hours and something, because they don't let you into the park until 45 minutes or an hour before or whatever like that, right? So time at the ballpark, and then the prices are still super, super high, right? It's all just a resale market, but the prices are super high for a couple hours or whatever like that. So I think people are kind of meh about it or whatever, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully we can go to a game this year. My summer schedule's pretty tight, but I know you said you're coming out, Terrence. So
June.
You're into the hustle, Nate. Maybe we bring our own peanuts and nachos and we just walk up and down the aisles.
Yeah.
We got
6-inch weenies here.
6 inches.
Just fucking just cooking it, plug in a hot plate in the concourse and just fucking cook them up there.
Prices are up and everything seems to be getting smaller. All right, let's talk quarterbacks real quick. So we'll go over a couple of the moves that happened and then a couple of moves that haven't happened. So first one, Taylor Heineke got 2 years with the Falcons. Kind of awkward because you got what's that fucking dude's name? Desmond Ritter over there too, who's going to be the guy. Then you pull in a freaking dog like Taylor Heineke, who just finds a way to be the starter at some point every season that he's in, and people seem to love him. Derek Carr, 4 years to the Saints after getting ousted by the Raiders. And then Jimmy G, 3 years to the Raiders to take over his spot. Seems like a good fit for him to be in Las Vegas. He's got free sex at any of the prostitution houses out there. They put out like a full ad, like you can come over and get laid anytime you want. Jimmy G, get up to the
what's the Clark County or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, Vegas.
Yeah. So that you can't do it in like the two cities, right? Like their counties. So Reno and Vegas, Clark, and whatever the other one is, but you can go up to like Winnemucca or anywhere else and go to one of those cat house. Is that called? They're called a cat house.
Got to the, what is it? The Bunny Ranch, I think is the famous
Bunny
one?
Ranches, right? All those bunny ranches. Say Jimmy G can come get it if he wants. Anybody he wants, anytime. That dude's made for Vegas. Like, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And then you got the Aaron Rodgers. The Packers don't want him anymore. They said Jordan Love's our guy, which is very dumb. I don't think you should kind of put your cards on the table if you're going to try to trade a guy and get a bunch of picks. When you say, hey, we're not going to play him anyways, cool. Fucking leave him on your roster. He's not hurting us anymore. Pay him $22 million a year. But that to the Jets and what that is, potentially the Niners, who knows? I don't know. Just wishful thinking. And then the Lamar Jackson Ravens saga, getting tagged again. Can get traded while in the tag. Wants a long-term contract with super guaranteed money, and nobody wants to give it to him. Anything you guys want to talk about here? I hope we talk about
how long do we have? How long do we have, Nate?
And way past my bedtime. You're going to be up anyways. So
go ahead, Terrence. What do you got?
I was going to say, I'll let you take first crack, Tony, because I took first crack on the pitch.
Give me your affirmative action bullshit on Lamar Jackson. I don't know.
Are you anti? Are you like pro NFL GM and pro NFL owner? Because like they're the only major.
I already know your guys' stance.
You do
know before I even hear you guys.
Famously pro billionaire Nate backing ownership.
Yeah, you got to protect all the luxuries they have.
Look, man, I'm
for the day when Nate becomes a billionaire.
What's that dude? What's that lion's name in fucking Robin Hood? King something or whatever like that, right? Steal from the rich.
I remember. Yeah.
Or steal from the poor, give to the rich, right?
Yeah. Was it King Richard?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm over here in Goodwill's fucking jacking coffee mugs for $1.99.
No, they're the only
for $18, Doc.
They're the only major sports league in America that doesn't guarantee contracts.
Yeah.
And all of the owners are like the richest in America. Something doesn't add up there. And maybe it has to do with the guaranteed contracts. Like they're the most watched. They're super expensive to go into. They don't guarantee their contracts. They treat their players like shit. Just a lot of shadiness that the NFL has conducted. We've seen it all out in the open. So I don't know how people can be pro NFL ownership at this point.
How much money would it take you to get treated like shit at your job?
What do you mean?
How much money? What's the lowest amount of money you would take to get treated like shit at your job? I thought this was like a light, but apparently it's a string in my head this whole fucking time.
But that also kind of sidesteps Tony's point, though. How much money or how much guaranteed money, right? Like, the, this is so. Not only is the treatment so much, I would think, worse in the NFL, they're also more injury prone, right? Like the sport itself is incredibly violent. So the idea that players in a sport that have the highest risk for injury have the least guaranteed financial
Doesn't
security
make any
is
sense.
kind of crazy just on the face of it.
I don't want Lamar Jackson to get a butt ton of guaranteed money because the more that these contracts start going up, the more it costs us to pay to watch fucking football games. The more it costs us to go to football games. We bitch about fucking $18 tall cans.
If you guys want a link
You're paying for
stream some Red Zone on the weekend, just hit me up.
I don't know. I do that too. We're going to bleep all that out.
Nate acts like he pays for it as it is.
I haven't had cable in years, and I got Sling last year to watch to have a Red Zone feed that wouldn't go out, and not doing that again. So I don't know, man. I think the market's the market. I understand. I get that it was awkward that all these owners right off the bat came out and said, "Hey, we're not interested." I think that's more of a play.
The C word. That is.
I don't think that it. So, but here's the thing, right?
So they come out all together, coordinated, and say, "We're not going to negotiate. We don't want to sign him." Who does that? No one has done that for any player ever. This is like a stand against a single player who's not represented by anybody.
Yeah.
Who wants what other players aren't getting, a guaranteed deal.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that's where you're trying to get something from somebody who has all the power.
And that's why people are either pro, like NFL Players Association, or they're pro billionaire, which I assume you sound like you're pro billionaire. That's kind of what it sounds like. Right?
I just think Lamar Jackson is not worth the money that they're asking for. And everybody compares it to Deshaun Watson got this. Nobody thinks that the Deshaun Watson deal was good. There's no one person.
There's some character things I think that kind of taint that one a little bit.
But even just the dude didn't play for a year and a half, right? And then you're like,
let's take a step back. What are these teams trying to do? Are they trying to win? Because what does Lamar do to the Colts? What does Lamar do to the Ravens? What does he do to the Commanders? What does he do to the Panthers? He turns them into perennial playoff teams instantly. Why is he not getting
Lamar
deals from these teams or contract offers? It doesn't make any sense.
Lamar Jackson pretty much lost his teams the ability to his own team and his teammates the ability to win a division title last year. They were 4 games out from behind the Cincinnati Bengals, right? He sat out the last 6 games. I think it was 5 games, whatever like that. He wasn't fucking injured.
He had a PCL injury. He was injured.
No. But he could have played.
If you had no contract, like there was nothing beyond this year, he was tagged, and you had an injury, so you could.
But if you don't, so Tony, right? If you feel like you're not going to, like, hey, I don't say in your work, right, where you're under contract, right, under the type of work that you do.
Sure. You
don't make it. Oh, you get rated differently by the people who are in charge of you, right? So you get rated lower. They don't think you're worth the next step, but you believe you're worth the next step. So you decide not to come to work. Your consequence is you potentially go to jail.
Well, a little different. They replaced me with someone else who does the same exact thing. So
or cheaper.
Maybe. It's usually like a 1-for-1 swap. NFL.
Lamar Jackson didn't show up to work.
This is an apple and oranges comparison.
He's missed 11 games in the last 2 seasons.
He didn't play. So what happened? The team didn't make the playoffs, which is kind of
they made the playoffs. Point. Yeah, but you stopped your homeboy. If you're a teammate, right? And I haven't heard. Granted, I haven't been on the internet a lot, right? But all I hear is other people saying Lamar Jackson, this pro. You don't hear anything from other than Harbaugh within the Ravens organization on, hey, y'all need to pay this dude his money, right? Because if you're like a nickel cornerback on the team and your ability to win a playoff game or win the division puts another $250,000 in your pocket, helps you support your family, but the one guy who has the keys to that decides, I'm not doing this shit. And then going into the next year, he decides, I'm not going to play under this type of contract where I'm going to get a bunch of bucks and it affects you and your livelihood and your family. I don't want to play with that dude. I honestly think more of it is just that people don't want to work with Lamar Jackson.
So one, you're wrong.
You don't
Two,
know if he's going to show up.
Two, let's play this out. He plays on his shoddy knee, and he takes a hit similar to what RG3 took, and now his career is essentially over. He's not going to get a big contract. He's not going to be able to have a 10-year career in the NFL. What's RG3 doing these days? He's calling games. He's a personality on Twitter, right? Like that's kind of, I think, what he spoke to a little bit too. Like, I'm not going to risk it. I don't have a contract. No one's going to pay me if my knee is shattered. Like, I lose 3 ligaments. You can't
get upset at the other people who are going to pay you when you say, I had to miss 5 games this year. I had to miss 6 games the last year.
If there wasn't
your
collusion,
whole thing, and he can't throw the fucking ball.
He can't throw the ball. If there wasn't collusion coming from the league.
His MVP season, he went to the Pro Bowl, and you watch him in the Pro Bowl throwing to open targets that are just moving across the field, and he's missing the entire cardboard. Nobody coming towards him. He doesn't throw the ball.
Trevor Lawrence has had issues with that, and he said he hates that drill. That's not reflective of his passing abilities. Who's he had? He's had Mark Andrews, a tight end. So there's your short to intermediate, maybe. I don't know what his yards per route run number is. And then he's had what? Hollywood Brown, who can't catch a damn deep ball to save his life. Outside of that, what have they done at receiver? They've done nothing. They've done absolutely nothing for him. Look who they brought in this year. Can you go down a list of who they signed this year for him? Because they've got him tagged, right? Like, who have they brought in? We need to.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
One of Nelson Aguilar. That's the big name this offseason, Nate, is Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah. Is Lamar Jackson going to – how many teams does Lamar Jackson take to a Super Bowl run?
So that's what I said earlier. What does he do to the Commanders, the Colts, the Ravens, the Commanders? He turns those teams, or Panthers, he turns those teams into playoff teams right away. Right away. Like, without any other additions. And they give up money and a first-round pick next year. Obviously, you give them the first-round pick this year. I think that's worth it. And I wouldn't have an issue with your argument if it wasn't for the collusion. If it wasn't for the collusion, the coordinated, we're not going to negotiate.
There's also the thing, too, right? If he doesn't play for, like, the first 10 weeks, then he's, like, turns into, like, an unrestricted free agent, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Right? So then they can sign him at that point and not have to trade anything to the Ravens. Yeah, so if you believe that he's going to be there, yeah, if he does that, right, then it's like, okay, then I can get the same guy for a lot less than I had to do, right? It's the NFL is a business. It's an entertainment business. It's not about the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. If that was the case, then every team would be trying to do it.
I mean, if you were Colts, Panthers, Commanders, Ravens fan, you want to go watch the whatever they're fielding this year, Taylor Heineke, or you want to go watch a playmaker like Lamar take your team to the playoffs and potentially further? I would opt with Lamar.
I don't think Lamar Jackson can take a team deep in a playoff.
So like, what's Washington? What's Washington fielding? They're fielding Jacoby Brissett.
So Washington to sign Lamar Jackson. Are they going to be better than Philadelphia? Nope. Are they going to be better than the Dallas Cowboys? Nope. So they're fighting for the second wild card in the NFC. When you got the Green Bay Packers, you got the Lions, you got the Vikings, you got whatever's in the South that's going to end up winning it, right? Whoever the fuck that is now. Probably the Saints.
He's made that Ravens team competitive in a division that's had Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I mean, I think he would easily turn that team into at least a wild card team in that division. If we're talking Washington, Carolina, they'd win that division. Indy probably win that division. Jacksonville, they might make some noise, but that's kind of my thoughts on it.
I don't know. Whatever. The guy can't get mad when he doesn't have anybody in his corner. And it's like, he's bad at marketing himself. He's bad at representing himself. You don't like hey, this. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my fucking fan page because I'm not getting paid.
It's hilarious. Did you see the total gym thing after the Ken Francis stuff?
Yeah, it's terrible.
That shit was hilarious.
He's the worst marketing person. He's the worst at business. If you're not good at business, you get someone that's good at business. I don't know, man. You can't miss 11 games because of injury, and your whole game is everything you do on your feet. Like, everybody hypes up, well, he ran for 4,300 yards and this. Yeah, but that's the reason that he can't stay healthy, because he's getting fucking smacked everywhere.
He doesn't get hit. He doesn't take big hits, though. He's very smart.
So you're getting hurt without taking big hits. Why would you want to pay somebody that and risk your entire franchise? It's terrible. And then you don't even know. What if you sign him to 6 years and he plays 4.5 because he's waiting for his next fucking contract? And I would honestly
take 13 to 14 games of Lamar a year than a full season, even though you're not going to get it, of
Until
whatever
your team's
of
in the
whatever the
playoffs.
Colts, the Washington Commanders, the Panthers, the Ravens are going to field, because they're not going to make the playoffs.
And then your team's like the LA Rams this last year, where you're playing some guy who has a LinkedIn profile because he sells.
And he won't add me. He won't add me. Johnny Wolford. It's been the invite has been sitting there for 3 years, Wolford.
I don't know, man.
You son of a bitch.
People aren't going to want to pay you. And if you don't have anybody who in your corner who's going to be like, yeah, I can do this, they're just going to move on to the next guy. Nobody cares.
What has Daniel Jones done? They handed him a 4-year, $160 million.
He's there.
Deal. He missed more games. He's missed more games than Lamar has in the last 2 years. Come on, man.
He runs for more yards than Lamar. He's way better. The future there.
And this is how you know Nate is full of shit right now.
No, but you know what? I bet you people want to play with Daniel Jones.
I doubt it. That dude looks like he has some type of mental illness.
That's so fucked up.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I honestly think that people don't want to play with Lamar Jackson. And then other owners, obviously they go to these owner meetings. It's like, yo, what's up? Well, we don't know if he was really injured or not. He kept saying this. Okay, whatever, right? Your goal as an owner is to get people for the cheapest amount of money that you can so you can put together a better roster. That's why the whole rookie quarterback deal thing is a thing. Outside of Mahomes, which I'm glad nobody bet me that. I think we talked about it like 3 years ago on that whatever Champions League podcast we started for a little bit. And I said, yeah, I'll bet $100 every month until the Chiefs win a Super Bowl in the next 6 years. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was like $3,600.
I was going to ask you if anybody took that bet.
No,
but
nobody.
With restructuring and everything, I look at the Saints. Like they never pay what the actual figure is. And I think with Mahomes, they're never going to pay what that actual figure is. So
you think like a Lamar Jackson's going to take less cash?
You just restructure it, like turn some of it into a bonus, and you just kind of kick the can down the road.
Nah.
The thing with Lamar is the guaranteed money and the power that NFL owners have over the players right now. They don't want to put that cash in escrow. We've talked about this offline, Terrence and I, and they like the way things are, and they don't want them to change.
Of course. That's business.
Speaking of these NFL owners,
change the rules.
Nate, let's stop.
You're going to get made an example of. He's going to turn into fucking Colin Kaepernick.
Speaking of NFL owners, you know that Kmart, like on Powers, that is like nothing. It's abandoned by the Monica's Taco and Boudin's. That is owned. I've been told this by some people who like work with the city, by the owner of the Vikings, and it's like a tax thing. He doesn't want to sell it. Like rent is super high on purpose because it's like a tax write-off for him.
Yeah.
So fuck these owners, ruining our town, Nate.
Our town sucks, dude.
That part of town has potential, and it's just been abandoned the 10 years I've been here.
It's south of the Constitution. It has no potential.
Because it's abandoned. Homeless people just go in there.
Yeah. They need a place to live. They're not homeless if they're going in there. So
NFL owners, they're not our friends.
You want to touch on Rodgers or no? Save that for another day.
He's a drama queen. He's a diva. He needs to be out of the league. Can't wait for him to crash and burn with the Jets.
Lamar
eventually
the
Vikings.
Lamar
Aaron Rodgers is so. Did you hear? I know you.
You know why people don't. Here's why people don't like Aaron Rodgers, because he doesn't give a fuck about anybody else other than Aaron Rodgers. He cares about his own bubble, his own life, and he takes care of his own mental in ways that other people don't. And then they're frustrated on podcasts bitching about Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson.
That's my point. I was going to ask you if you saw this, because I know you watched the Pat McAfee show. When Aaron Rodgers said that last season, obviously the Packers didn't do well. He said that last season he would have won NFL MVP on like 4 or 5 other teams. It's like, who says that? This is a team sport. Like, why would you make a comment like that? That is so selfish. If I was any player on any team that he's going to be playing on, the Jets probably, pretty good chance he's going there. Like, I would not take kindly to something like that. Your goal should be to win, not individual awards, right?
Your goal should be to win and be on the field to win, and not your own guaranteed money.
Rodgers is way worse than Lamar.
Yeah.
It'll be the NFL will be better once he's golfing for a living or whatever he's going to do. Taking darkness retreats, smoking whatever type of psychedelic.
I want to take a darkness retreat. I think that would be pretty dope. It looks pretty intriguing. Like, I feel like you can unpack a lot of shit in one of those things. Terrence, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, most of the QB stuff. We already kind of talked about Lamar Jackson ad nauseum. I don't know that I have particularly strong feelings on the other ones that you mentioned. The only thing I'll add about Aaron Rodgers is I feel like I've already seen this story play out before. in Green Bay involving New York with more Gene commercials and more dick pics. So like this is Brett Favre version 2.0. So I could give a shit. I think that actually like honestly, like I Brett Favre burned down a solid chunk of his legacy when he left Green Bay. And I think Aaron Rodgers is doing the same thing. I think Tony kind of encapsulated it pretty well that like I've generally liked Aaron Rodgers over the years. And I would say over the past like 2 to 3 years, I can't fucking stand the guy now. Like I can't wait for him to leave the sport. I think he's toxic.
He's tanked his brand. If
I'm just not. Yeah, it's everything about it is literally we did all this before with Brett Favre, and he's doing the same shit where it's like, time to hang it up, bro. Nah, like I'm still an MVP. I can blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like let the kids play, right? There are far more interesting, younger, more talented players across the NFL that I would rather see and hear from than Aaron Rodgers.
I'd rather see Zach Wilson with the Jets than Aaron Rodgers.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Get out of here.
Because you don't want me to come with a fucking Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey next season.
He's going to go to the Jets for a season or two, and then he's going to go to the fucking Vikings, just like that. He's literally just doing the Brett Favre thing over again.
When does Cousins' contract run out?
Dude, it'd be so good if like he's leading a NFC Championship game drive for the Vikings, and then either he does the throw the pick thing again, like Brett Favre, like full Brett Favre like move, right? Or he just drives them down and he's like, "Oh, I took the Vikings to a Super Bowl and Brett Favre didn't." So that'd be pretty dope. I don't know. I like Aaron Rodgers.
Can't stand him.
He's
I used to like him.
I only added those two things knowing that you guys would be on the opposite end of the spectrum.
We know.
We know.
Because Aaron Rodgers reads books. Aaron Rodgers reads like really good books that
it
tap
has
into
nothing
your
to do
brain.
with the fact that he's a smart guy.
It's his demeanor. It's not his.
It has to do with the fact that he's a fucking asshole.
He's an asshole because he's not like you.
No,
because
he's an
like
asshole. He's an asshole because he's an asshole because he thinks his fucking shit doesn't stink.
It doesn't.
He thinks he's fucking better than everybody. And fucking prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Then go to the Jets and show that you're gonna fucking turn that team around. And if you don't, retire and go the fuck away.
They're gonna.
They're gonna
win
Aaron
the division if he goes there.
So over Aaron Rodgers. I don't care.
They won't.
Burn it all to the ground. Burn it all to the ground.
All right, let's move on. We got a draft. In honor of the homie Jesus rising from the dead as tomorrow's Easter. He's already awake on the East Coast. It's over past midnight over there.
That's fair.
We're gonna draft our top 5 resurrections. Initially I thought of sports. It could be anything, whatever you want to do. Top 5 comeback stories, resurrections, rising from the whatever you want to do. Tony, because I don't like you. So you're going to be in the middle. And then I'm going to go first. Terrence is getting the turn. So just feel good, Tony. You're the meat to our sandwich. You're the meat to our buns.
It's nice. It's nice and warm in here.
Yeah. Full bun length. Anyways, I do like you. I like you because I'm probably going to drink some of your beer tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's open tomorrow, and I forgot to grab some. So anyways, speaking of the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to go number 1. The Buffalo Bills went to Super Bowl, 25, right? And then they lost. They should have won. Jim Kelly drove them down the field. They missed a 47-yard field goal, lost by a point or two or whatever like that. And then they came back and went to 26 and they got smoked. And then they came back and went to 27, got smoked. And they went back to 28, got smoked. The best back-to-back resurrections. Jesus didn't even do that. Give me the Buffalo Bills 4 straight Super Bowls. 25-28 as my first resurrection.
Wow. That's a good one. I always forget about that because they did win one. It's just kind of lost.
Yeah. Greatest comeback. Nobody comes back to 4 straight. Three
never happens.
All right, Tony, you got to pick.
Oh, I got some good ones. I doubt it. We're probably going to run out of options here because I thought we were just talking about top 5. Let's just talk through it. I didn't know we were doing a draft, but
we're doing a draft.
What an idiot. My first one, Gandalf the Grey. He was fighting the Balrog to his last breath, and he returned as Gandalf the White. There's no more epic resurrection than that. Came back, led Middle Earth to the W over Sauron. So 10 out of 10 on the resurrection scale.
All right.
Should have been the 101.
Debatable. Terrence, you got 2.
All right. Well, it seems like our list may not converge. So this is kind of interesting.
It's good because I only brought 7.
Well, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the 2 on my list that I think you guys are the most likely to take. And I'm going to take what I think is probably the most obvious one that I can't believe nobody took first, which is the resurrection of Michael Jordan's NBA career as he returned from baseball and won 3 consecutive titles after doing so. So that would be my number 1 for sure. I mean, that's one of the ultimate all-time sports comeback stories.
I know. You come back after being suspended for 2 years and then you end up winning 3 more championships. That's pretty good.
In a row. And then the other one I'll go for, just because I have a feeling one of you guys might take it, is Gibby, the 88 World Series, Kirk Gibson home run. Dodgers were underdogs in the NLCS. They were underdogs in the World Series. He was hurt. He wasn't even supposed to play. And then, of course, he hits the iconic walk-off homer at the end of the game to help the Dodgers kickstart their World Series win. So give me Gibby resurrecting briefly from the dead, and in turn lifting the 88 Dodgers up.
Yeah, he still had like a nail in his foot. That was pretty wild. Like you could tell when he's running. Yeah.
There's a whole ass documentary about that one game.
Yeah. All right. The meat.
Back to the meat.
You're going to have to change your whole Twitter handle.
Jon Snow, one of the few surviving characters from the beginning of the HBO series Game of Thrones. And I think one most people were pretty fond of. Up to that point, dude was just a bastard. He'd ascended to the top of the Night's Watch, and everyone was rooting for him. Came back, helped defeat the Night King, or is that what he was? The Night King? Mm-hmm. 8 out of 10. So? 8 out of 10 on the resurrection scale. Who
was it? Was her name the Red Queen or the Red Witch?
The Red Witch,
the Red Witch that resurrected him. That was kind of dope. And that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yep. I am going to go with. All right. Score 70-58 going into the fourth quarter. Eastern Conference Finals in the Garden. Reggie Miller drops 25 in the fourth quarter to bring the Pacers back against the Knicks, and is the entire reason why the choke symbol is banned in sports. Sticking it to Spike Lee. They still beef 30 years later. It's remarkable. It's great. It's one of the best things. He scored 8 points in 11 seconds. He was just draining them. They scored 58 points in 2 quarters, and then he scored 25. Over almost half the team's points.
Could you imagine how triggered Dave Portnoy would be if someone dropped the choke signal today?
I'm a big Portnoy guy.
He's so soft. So soft.
He's so good. He's so good.
So offended by LSU. I can't believe that.
No. Everybody erased.
He tweeted. I went back and commented. He tweeted about how he loved what Travis Kelce did after the Super Bowl, calling the AFC Championship, calling the mayor and whatever of Cincinnati like jabronis, like celebrating demonstratively for our entertainment after the game, which was awesome. But he praised that stuff. And then he's criticizing, I forget I forget her name, the LSU player, like after she was doing the John Cena thing to Caitlin Clark after they won the championship. Like, come on, man.
It wasn't after. It was like 3 minutes of like pausing in fucking free throws of like trying to find her and hunt her down on a court.
Well, she was ignoring her. She, like, if you watch the clip, because like, she followed her. She was so demonstrative because she wouldn't acknowledge it and take it, because she did it to, I forget the girl's name, from the team was it Louisville, the team they beat in like the semifinals or something. Mm-hmm. Like, she did it and the girl just kind of walked by and took it. She wasn't like kind of avoiding it. So that's why Reese kind of chased her down a little bit. Yeah. But either way, like, I like them both. Like, that is just entertainment. Have we ever talked about women's basketball this much? No.
The only reason we talk about women's basketball is because Caitlin Clark's fucking dropping Steph Curry bombs on the court. Otherwise, nobody would have cared.
She's
But,
good.
yeah.
They got beat by a really good team, though.
Yeah. You're up.
Did you do 2?
Oh no, I got 2. Son of a bitch. I forgot. I haven't done this in a while. All right. My oh damn it. All right. There's this little skinny white kid, right, who's like homies with a fucking old Japanese dude. I think he's Japanese. Maybe he's Korean, maybe he's Chinese. I don't know. We gotta ask that dude who does comedy with Theo Vaughn. Anyways, this kid, right? His name's Daniel Son, played by Ralph Macchio. Dude, he's like in a fucking championship match, right? Down one leg. What am I gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna put the team on my back, though, dude. And he's gonna lift it up. Boom. The most iconic crane kick of all time wins the tournament. Ralph Macchio is my third. I'm so good at this.
It's a really good
Can you
one.
imagine? You're doing combat sports and you got one leg. You're down one leg. Bad. Down.
That's really good.
Back to the meat.
Back to the meat. I'm gonna go.
Terrence, you got something.
No. I couldn't remember if that was your second or your third.
That's my third.
Was that your third? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna change it up. Picked a couple in movie resurrections. I'm gonna go with someone's career. I'm going to go with an actor. I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr. in his career. Had a run-in with the law in the late 90s, had some substance abuse issues, but he returned in 2008 as Iron Man and essentially kicked off what we know today as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Robert.
Big ups to Robert Downey Jr. for sticking it to these fucking stuck-up broads who think they're worth something. And, big shout-outs to Robert Downey Jr. Fucking bitch.
Are we talking about Gwyneth Paltrow? Who are we talking about?
Yeah, I was like,
no, that's Johnny Depp. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, what's the backstory?
I'm on a full Johnny. Yeah, I'm on a full
RDJ.
Johnny Depp thing. I don't know. I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean earlier. For some reason, I thought Robert Downey Jr. when you said that. My bad. I'm terrible. Bleep that out. Not bleeping it.
I mean, he's coming back, isn't he? Didn't Disney re-sign him to the franchise?
Yep.
Yes.
Next Easter,
Supposedly.
Johnny Depp 101 overall.
Spoiler.
All right, Terrence.
Back to you, Terrence.
All right. Well, that was the first one that actually got taken off my list. That was one of my non-sports ones that I had in the pocket. I think it's so funny. I had all these sports ones on deck, and I'm like really surprised how not
creative we are. You're welcome.
Well, just I like to think that I followed the letter and the spirit of the rules that you set out for this exercise.
No, when Nate makes rules, you do everything but follow the rules.
I see. So
everything that I've done has been in sports, and everything I will do is in sports.
You had a mix of fictional. I just didn't think to go fictional. So, so I got 2. I'm just going to stick with baseball because they're the ones that are at the top of my list. So for number 3, I'm going to go with Tommy John of the Tommy John surgery. So obviously had an awesome career. Blew out his UCL, had reconstruction surgery, the surgery that's now named after him. Comes back from that surgery, which pretty much no one ever came back from. Threw 7 scoreless in his first game back, and was a 3-time All-Star after returning from that surgery. So shout out Tommy John for number 3. Was a Dodger for a good chunk of his career. And then number 4, I'm going to go with the World Series winning Angels 2002. So they were about to be knocked out by the Giants, down 5-0 in the 7th, came back to win off of, I think it was like 3 or 4 home runs, late game to force a 7th game and beat the Giants, because fuck the Giants, and win their first ever World Series. So that's my my number 4, the 0-2 Angels. That's going to make a lot of people happy, except for Giants fans. I don't know if any Giants fans listen to the podcast, but everyone else is gonna love that 0-2 Angels shout out.
In honor of the Masters golf clap. Meat.
Back to the meat.
What you got, meat?
All beef. The Cleveland Browns, the original Browns, moved to Baltimore and changed their name to the Ravens. The Cleveland franchise, though, was resurrected in 1999 with the same name, same logo. And it's one of my favorite because they were terrible before the move and they were terrible after. Well, Baltimore won a Super Bowl and they've mostly enjoyed success in Maryland. Sorry, Kendall, but Kendall kind of factors into this one. Give me the Cleveland Browns.
Nice. He doesn't listen to this because he's mad at me because I simmed him or I autopiloted him on Madden while he was out of town. He was going for the division. He was going for the division.
Disgrace.
He's going to get fucking smoked by 30. The score was way closer. His team got more XP.
Right.
Poor Matt. I didn't know he cared about Madden that much until he said that text message, and I was like, oh, he's really into this right now.
Super focused.
He tells us to slow the fuck down every time we speed through a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's funny. My fourth one is going to be I believe it was in Philadelphia. I'm not sure, but you had the red, white, and blue versus the red, white, and green. The Italian stallion himself, Rocky Balboa, is getting smoked for 14 straight rounds. Gets knocked down by one of the greatest, Apollo Creed, who's making business deals instead of studying his opponent. I mean, just smoking him bad, eyes all shut and everything like that. Rocky Balboa gets hit down in the 14th. He should probably just stay down. Mick's like, stay down. He gets up, and then you see the look in Apollo Creed's eyes like, son of a bitch. Like, this is bad. And then you get Rocky coming back, boom, 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 some body blows or whatever like that. And they're both all messed up by the end of the fight. I don't even know who won the fight because when they do that, like announcing the card thing, everybody's in there trying to interview. It's so chaotic. Yeah. You know, he's looking for Adrian. Adrian's looking for him. She says, I love you, Rocky. Right? Or whatever like that. Good. Yeah. It's pretty much on point. And but yeah, Rocky Balboa standing up in the 14th round up against Apollo Creed, coming back, boom, boom, boom. I think he lost the fight. You can't really tell, but Rocky Balboa, I mean, he did so good. They made 4 more movies for the guy before they went to the next guy. So
yeah, I just watched the first 2 Creed movies. They're really good. Yeah,
got himself a contract extension. You know why? Because he stayed in there and he fought through the adversity. He couldn't even see. Lamar Jackson, that one's for you. My last one, okay? Let's see if you guys can get this one. All right. This hockey team right here is getting smoked by a physically imposing opponent, right? And they tie the game after netting 4 goals near the end of it to send it to overtime, right? They're doing a shootout. They're up 4-3 against their opponents in the final. And their opponents have one more time to tie it up on the 5th penalty shot, 4-4. They got their best shooter, intimidating human being. The coach then of this hockey team pulls the starting goalie, puts in the backup goalie. And then the backup goalie gets hit with this massive slap shot. I mean, straight laser, falls to the ground, to the ice, while the whole arena is completely silent, wondering if this puck was stopped. They didn't have horns back in this day, apparently, for when goals are scored. The camera goes, shows the glove. Puck falls out. Team USA defeats Iceland. D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Quack, 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 quack. That's the intro. We're quacking it. I'm going to put that quack at the beginning, then Terrence's burp, and then Taco Corp. Do that.
No, anyways, yeah, D2. They come back. They beat Iceland. You know, they put on the Mighty Ducks jerseys instead of the Team US. Oh, yep. Dude, D2's the best one. And then they go D3, and they're playing some high school league play, and they're struggling. It makes no damn sense. It's the worst movie.
Keenan was in that one, right? Knuckle puck? Yeah. Don't mess around with the knuckle puck. Coach Bombay, though, bold move. That was good.
Bold move there, Cotton. Putting in a female against the dude who's shooting rocket lasers. All right, meet.
All right, last one. Last one here. This is a meaty one, too. This was inspired, actually, during the pre-show. Ricky Bobby's NASCAR career. Nice. Obviously, it ended in a fiery car crash. He went to therapy. He pried a knife out of his leg with another knife.
Fucking dog. You didn't get Lamar Jackson doing any of that.
He rode around in a car with a cougar, like a cat, not an old woman. He came back, though. He picked up where he left off. Give me Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake. Let's go.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, Cal. Hey, how do you listen to the radio? How do you listen to music and the TV at the same time?
I don't think I had like one legitimate sports one. I picked the Browns, but that was like just because they sucked.
All right. Terrence, your last one.
All right. Well, I can't go through this whole thing and not do a football one since I actually had all like legitimate sports ones. So I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with it's like a total meme at this point, but the 28-3 Super Bowl. So I think it was then. I think it still is the largest comeback in Super Bowl history. 25 unanswered points, forced it into overtime. I hate celebrating anything involving Tom Brady, but fuck, that's the funniest thing of all time. Just a total shitting of the bed by the by Atlanta. Just
Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't know how to win.
So that was terrible. I was in Vegas for that for work or whatever like that. So I went to the Westgate and put in a bunch of bets, right? So I had all these little tickets and stuff. This is before like online betting was like a big thing. Mm-hmm. So I had all these tickets and we're sitting there with like the four other people that we went with. We got a bunch of food. We're sitting in my room, whatever. We're just watching the Super Bowl, right? Well, I was like, if the Falcons win, I think it's going to be, because they had those two backs, right? Like this is Tevin Coleman, Devonta Freeman, right? I think it was. Mm-hmm. So I had bets on them to win Super Bowl MVP. I had bets on who was that little scat back running back for the James White, right? And all that kind of stuff. And in the first half, you're like, oh, like Devonta Freeman's going to win Super Bowl MVP, no doubt. And then they stopped giving him the ball, and it made absolutely no sense. And I lost a bunch of cash. But I did cash a Tom Brady over half a yard quarterback sneak rushing. That was like the best $6 I ever won. So we didn't touch on this. Anyways, we'll recap this real quick, but we didn't touch on this before. Let's talk about the resurrection of the Pacific Division champion Sacramento Kings cashing a plus 40,000 ticket. Let's go. Bam. Suck it, Tony. We're putting a banner up for that one. Better than the Lakers this year.
Should, because that's the only banner they're going to get.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
You got the Monarchs when they used to have a basketball team in the WNBA. Yeah. Anyways, recap it. I got the Bills 4 straight Super Bowls, back-to-back comebacks. Rocky Balboa getting up in the 14th against Apollo Creed. Reggie Miller dropping 25 in the 4th in the Garden, Game 5, 1994 Eastern Conference Finals. Ralph Macchio playing Danielson, crane kick, epic comeback. And Team USA against Team Iceland in D2 Mighty Ducks. Terrence, you got Michael Jordan gets suspended for gambling, but disguising it as baseball, coming back and winning 3 NBA championships. You got Kirk Gibson jacking a dinger off of Dennis Eckersley, who was like the best closer at the time too, right? Mm-hmm. And if you thought the earthquake in the Bay Area was bad in '88, you should have watched that one. Tommy John coming back 3 All-Star appearances after getting Tommy John surgery and getting a surgery named after him. That's pretty cool. World Series winning Angels against the Giants. Golf clap. 28-3 Super Bowl. Shout out Tom Brady. Tony, you got Gandalf the Gray turning into Gandalf the White after battling Balrog. Balrog, also a great boxer and Street Fighter. It's hard to win with them, though, because you ain't got no kicks. Dalsim just gets you that long kick. And then you got Jon Snow getting resurrected by the Red Witch. Pretty epic. Robert Downey Jr. not – what's the other dude's name?
Johnny Depp.
Resurrecting his career as Iron Man. That's a sport, too, because he did a lot of war, and that's a kind of a game risk, right?
He drove a Formula One car at one point, right?
Yeah, pretty sick.
In the second one?
Pretty sick. And he escaped like a weird pirate version of the Taliban in the first one. Pretty dope.
Man. Yeah. What was that? God damn it. What was it called? The Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
It was the Mandarin. Yeah.
Shout out China. Cleveland Browns back to Cleveland, returning to true Browns form and sucking ass. And then the team who stayed there ended up being them, won a Super Bowl. And then obviously Ricky Bobby, one of the greatest comebacks of all time. I did have 2 other ones.
No one talks about it.
Yeah, no one talks about it. I mean, unsung hero. He's the best there ever is. He wakes up in the morning. He pissed excellent. He's just a big hair American winning machine. But I did have the Cavs in 2016. against the 73-win Warriors coming back from 3-1.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. And then the 2004 Red Sox being down 3-0 to the Yankees in the ALCS to win in 7, and then go on to sweep Brandon's Cardinals in the World Series. It wasn't even a matchup. So that's
I had one other one just in case the episode wasn't controversial enough. Did you want to hear it?
Well, Trump 2024.
Nope. Diseases we cured decades ago. That one was for all the anti-vaxxers out there. If not for them, our kids wouldn't have to deal with, diseases our grandparents dealt with, like measles, mumps, polio, whooping cough, stuff like that.
My 9-year-old daughter got mail from like 3 local clinics in Colorado Springs, suggesting she get a COVID vaccine and talking about all the science behind COVID vaccines and stuff like that. She's 9, getting mail from the medical facilities.
Got to get them young.
Yeah. Speaking of billionaires, no. Terence, rants or raves. Let's not go down that pipe. I put in a text for the other listeners out there that, and I'm gonna try to keep it under an hour.
What's the time at, Nate?
We're at an hour 28 right now. We'll probably cut out like a minute or 2 because I dealt with my daughter. But yeah, we're like an hour 25. No big deal. Tony's gonna edit this after tonight. He says he's staying up late. So.
I never agreed to that.
I'll edit it. Yeah, rants or raves, Terrence.
I'll keep mine short. So I've got a rave. I guess I'll start off with the positive. Just because I'm thinking about it, because I went and watched the Super Mario movie earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
My rave's not specifically about that movie. My rave is about like movies in general this year are like way more awesome. It feels like this year is finally like after all the fucked up like COVID years and like kind of the hit or miss of the movie theaters, like it feels like every weekend there's good movies coming out. We got that John Wick movie that came out.
Yep.
There's
get the fuck out of here. Did you guys watch that?
Not yet. I haven't
seen it yet. I want to. It's like 3+ hours, right?
Yeah, it's high up on my list. But there's like the new what is it, Oppenheimer that comes out this summer. Guardians of the Galaxy's coming out. Like it just seems like every weekend there's like a badass movie that I want to see, and it feels like it hasn't been like that since 2019. So I'm really excited about movies in the theater for the first time since COVID. So good job, movie studios, giving us actual good shit we want to watch.
Good movies too, that they're like John Wick plus 3 hours, part of like 4 movies now, right? I was gonna say trilogy, but 4 movie set. But like I watched 65 Million a few weeks ago with the family, and like it was 90 minutes, so super short, but it was like you got a beginning, you got a middle, you got an end, and you just get out of there. And it was entertaining. It was Adam Driver, it was like a dinosaur sci-fi type movie, but it was really good. Just stuff like that. Versus like going to a movie theater and like, oh, let me watch, the 25th installment of Marvel's thing that's never gonna end, right?
I'm tired of all their fucking ultra metaverses and different universe. Like,
I'm hyped for Guardians of the Galaxy though. Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be fucking dope.
Can we just save Earth? Like that's what we care about. I don't need to know about fucking something out there with Thor and all that. Nah, it's all good. That was a good movie, but
it's pretty funny.
One of the better Thors, right? So,
but I liked it.
The humor has helped the Thor franchise.
Yeah. Tony.
Colorado Spring Sports. Been to many a Vibes game. We talked about that earlier. That's the baseball team here in town. I don't think they're affiliated with anyone, but they put on a good show for fans. And then the Switchbacks just went to our first game for that team earlier. They got a new field down by the highway, and it was like at 80% capacity for soccer, and they're not in the MLS. So just really impressed by the turnout and just by what our city has going on here for sports.
Nothing ranty. Just
positive.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I bitched a lot earlier about the Lamar Jackson stuff, so I got that out of my
system. Really had no argument for it other than
I know you didn't.
I honestly just think people don't want to work with him. I think there's something personality wise that people don't like about him when they talk about it, right? So
could be.
And he has no power in it. Cool. Go do something else. Get subscribers to your OnlyFans. Rants. I think I'm going to rant a little bit, but I think it's sort of a positive rant. The only thing, right? So I went to this conference out in Florida, and I went off in this room about it because I get tired of, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my own personal life where I think like you can pretty much do anything you ever want to do in the US. Like, yeah, you're maybe not going to be the fucking athlete or whatever, but like you can achieve really good things. But anybody who achieves really good things in the US or people that we look up to, all they do is fucking work. All they do is dominate in whatever their field is, learn, get better, keep going, push limits or what it is. And there's just tons of people that I noticed that are fucking mediocre and happy with being mediocre. And that shit's annoying. Like nothing good comes from it, right? Like there's people out here who have boogles of bucks, right? And regardless of what you think about them, it's kind of inspiring to see what they do, right? Like a guy like Elon who decides, you know what, I should make a self-driving car because it'll probably be safer. Well, you're going to have all these battles with this, that, the other. And he's like, well, it should probably get done. Right. So I guess I'll do it. Or, maybe we should try to extend life to be interplanetary, right? Why? I don't know. Like, people talk about this climate stuff. Maybe we'll start it over there. Do it this. Someone should probably do that. Okay, I'm going to do it, right? He's like 50-something years old, has all the cash in the world. Maybe I would like it better if, my thoughts are that these media platforms are controlled by the government, and let's figure that out. So, I'll spend a fucking grip of my net worth and I'll just do that and it'll go down and I'll lose it. But seems like something should be done, right? Any athlete who achieves something, all they do is work and they work hard and they want to be good at what they do and they want to dominate. And I think that more people should just live a life where they're trying to dominate whatever their fucking field is. Like you can't complain about stuff when you have all the options in the world, right? Like I bitch and moan because I feel like I don't make enough cash. What am I going to do? I bitch and moan about the way that our pay structures are worked. I could do the same job, but if I have a bachelor's degree, my pay automatically goes up because of some pay bracket. I'm doing the same work. You're paying, but because I went and spent 30 G's on some fucking bullshit education that I don't use in my work life or whatever, like my degree's in digital film, but they're going to pay me to do space technology, more cash, right? Well, that's the fucking avenue I live in. So I better finish my fucking degree, or whatever like that and open up a way. And I don't know. I feel like the mediocreness, like, I don't know, quiet quitting, what is it called? Bare minimum Monday stuff. Like people just don't want to do shit, but they want to bitch about it. And I don't think that that's right. Go do more shit. Like there's so much to do. I tell like, I don't know, say this shit at work the other day. And I was like, I feel like there's a lot of shit to get done. Like just me personally, like, and I don't want to get to this. I don't think anybody wants to get to their fucking grave and be like, well, I'm glad I wasted all my time doing that dumb shit. Right. And if they weren't happy in whatever they were doing, right? Like if you're not happy with where you're at, do something about it. There's the entire fucking internet, figure it out. You can get through all the bullshit schemes and stuff like that, but fucking dominate in whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to, I get pissed when I lose in Madden. It ruins my fucking day. Because you know what? If I'm going to play Madden, I'm going to fucking dominate. If I'm like I get so mad.
I can confirm this. I've the last two games between Nate and I have tossed the GG in after we played. I narrowly win.
You can't see me bullshit. No one gives a fuck about a GG.
Silence. I get no response. You don't have to say
ghosted. GG to acknowledge that it was a good game. That's just hey, tell me good job, man. Fuck you. Even when I win, no GG. I don't do it. Just fucking log off. Go to bed. The other person's pissed. Leave them alone.
That's fair.
But you should want to fucking dominate in whatever you're doing. And I think that's a good way to just do stuff. I don't know if there's like a lot of satisfaction in just being fucking mediocre, getting by, doing the minimums, and then going out and saying, you know what, I'm happy where I'm at. I just don't see it. I think we were kind of made to work, kind of made to do stuff and push limits. We didn't become a country. We didn't dominate fucking continents. We're not the world's fucking savior and police as Americans because we decided to be fucking mediocre. We did it because we want to do the right thing. We want to do good and we want to make the place better. You should probably want to do that in your own personal life. Maybe start in your home, start in you, expand out into your communities, whatever it is, do something and stop just, I don't know, sitting back on a sideline and bullshitting. I don't know how that was supposed to go, but I did it really good with Nick the other day at work, and I said a lot of other stuff, but I don't know.
developed a rant during your rant.
Yeah.
Can I rant?
Sure.
Can I rant? Okay. I'm gonna rant about you being pro billionaire. You're pro NFL owners earlier, and you just brought up Elon, the biggest tool, more of a tool than Aaron Rodgers, and you supported him. Come on.
No.
He's another one. Like I'm on this with Terrence. Like I was okay with Elon until like a couple years ago. Biggest tool out there now.
Nah.
Massive tool.
Yeah.
Massive tool.
His self-driving cars are fucking dangerous.
Well, even that.
No, they're the safest car on. They're the safest cars on the road.
They are not.
They're the safest cars on the road.
Yeah,
they are not. I don't think that's. I think statistically, they've gotten into a shitload of accidents.
There's some work to be done there.
Yeah, it's. I appreciate that they do push limits. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I guess I should say I appreciate the engineers at Tesla and the engineers at SpaceX that are pushing the envelope.
They grind the ever living shit out of those kids, like fresh out of college.
Yeah,
work with a lot of people who've done like internships over there, and they grind them down hard. They chew them up and they spit them out, Nate.
Yeah, it's the world, dog.
He's also making a really interesting case study for what he's done with Twitter. I think that's going to be studied in business schools for the rest of our lifetimes. The
free speech stuff has been very hypocritical. It'll be a fun movie, a Twitter documentary.
It'll be interesting to
Netflix,
see what happens
5 years from now.
It'll be interesting.
I enjoy Twitter a lot, but I also still fight myself into things that I'm interested in.
Yeah,
and don't feed into what everybody else is doing. Right. So, anyways, just try to be better, do good, be good at what you do. Yeah. Final words from any of you guys, Terrence, Tony, or as I should say, Meat. You know, we'll do the Resurrection podcast again when Tony shaves his fucking face so that we could say the resurrection of Tony and not call him Meat. I feel like you have to call him Meat every time he has a mustache.
The mustache is staying. We just got through Mustache March. That's like a
3 weeks ago
in the military.
It's
an annual tradition. No Shave November is another one, but the wife made some pointed remarks about the mustache and shared some like memories where she was very happy and excited that I shaved it. So I had no choice but to roll the mustache up into April. So it's here for at least this month. We'll see.
How's that working out for you?
She hates it.
Yeah.
Marriage is on the rocks. But my upper lip, though, it's never been warmer. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it does get put. That's the only what was it? It was like 2 Novembers ago, I think it was. Like after the first year I moved here, I shaved. I had grown out my beard a bunch or whatever. I think you guys remember seeing that. I was trying to grow it out and my hair and everything. And I went and shaved it all, right? And I went clean face. The next day it was fucking like 13 degrees with 30 mile per hour winds in Colorado. And it was terrible. I've had hair on my face ever since. So, all right. Anyways, Terrence, you got a podcast, Whiskey Flick Podcast. You guys review movies, drink booze. Pretty cool. Go check that out. It's in the show notes. Tony, you got a podcast, 58 West King. You're the only reason we're doing this shit today because you put out a fucking episode. And I've been talking about wanting to do why, but honestly, we took 4 months off because I really didn't want to do any of the work. That's honestly what it was. I was busy doing other stuff, and I was like, this is going to take up too much of my time because I'm not going to want to put the effort into being creative or thinking of stuff. And this one wasn't really creative, just a catch up, whatever. Try to get better with that.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of work in trying to like tell a story, right, or something like that, and tie every piece in together or whatever like that, because I like storytelling and shit like that. So, but yeah, we'll see. I try to do every week. It's nice to do it on the weekend. Gives me a few days to edit. I can kind of chop up pieces and stuff because it takes a little while just to render it and shit like that.
Especially in the off season.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to do all the clips and the short form stuff or whatever like that, but at least the episodes will go out and then we'll see where we're at later on. But I also kind of just wanted to be around people. I'm around a 5 and a 9-year-old all the time and I can't vent about shit. So anyways, that's it. Banger of the week. This is probably what Lamar Jackson's singing over and over and over with both AirPods in full blast. So if you want to get the full Lamar Jackson experience right now, or anybody who's not actually doing shit in life and they're just like sitting on the sidelines, wondering, bitching, moaning, wasting time or whatever like that, and then they're just asking themselves these questions, Other side, Red Hot Chili Peppers is your banger of the week. Do stuff that makes you proud of yourself this week. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love
you,
you.
bye.
Bye.